So in olden days, where we are dealing is the prana, the vital life energy of our body. So in the subtle form, when we talk about prana, it is not the vada what we are discussing in the dosha level. So it is the prana that has to be staying everywhere in the world. So one amsha of the prana is residing in our body, and we will tell that it is the jivatma and other things. But this is the prana that came from the Paramatma, the main vital force. So that is flowing through the world. In every part it is there. And one form is in our human body. So we know that this is the jivatma that will helps to proper maintaining of our body, and which helps, we can helps this in the surrounding ways. Why means we know that this is the jivatma that is important for the living of everything. So we have to take care of all the living things that existing in the earth to protect these things. So for studying this Marma Shastra, we are dealing with the jivatma. The acharyas are very specific that those who are able to practice it in the proper way only has to use this science. Otherwise, I am telling that if you have to put your fingers in a particular place, the person will fall unconsciousness. And after 6 years, he can develop some neurological problems. After 12 years, he can come across with some brain-related problems. And after 24 years, he can come across with some certain diseases and death will occur. So what is the use of these things? By just keeping the pressure or by keeping the stimulation to this particular part, is it any benefit happening? It's not happening. So the science will be protected in such a form that it can't be used by common peoples or those who are not having a mental capability to practice this will misuse these things and use it for different other purpose, for money purpose or harming to some others or some living things. So they will watch the students. So on olden days, at the age of 6 years, they brought to the teacher.
Okay.
And there they have to stay in the house of the teacher, and first they have to practice pranayamas and kalari, martial arts. So the practicing of this pranayama and martial arts for 12 years, up to the age of 18 years, make this body in such a way that it has a harmony of mind, harmony of breath, and harmony of all the movements of hand, legs and other things. So that person will make in a form so that he can only able to help someone or some living things. He don't harm any other peoples. So this science is mentioned for the usage of treating the patients or someone having some problems that has to be corrected. For helping that only the science is done. After this 18 years only, that things, the secret things of Marma stimulations will be taught to that disciple. Okay. That also, first the disciple has to do the massages and stimulation to the guru's body, teacher's body, and the teacher will correct all the things. And after that it has to be done in the patients. So the theoretical parts will be almost covered on up to 18 years, but the practical things will come afterwards. But during the time of these 12 years, he can able to see what the acharyas are doing and how the patients are getting the relief and all these things. So nowadays it's not that much of possible, but it is advanced, and the time is also less. But those who are studying the basic science of Indian culture, Ayurveda and other things, they can practice it. Why means they have a very good mind. If they are not meant to harm anyone, they can adopt the theories, so much of theories of this science, and can be incorporated in the clinical practice, especially the stimulations of certain Marma points on the back area and front area, which helps in the neuromuscular disorders, and the bandages, adopting of the bandages and usage of particular types of oil. There are so many types of oils are mentioned in this science. We are aware about only one Murvana, and in books it is telling that it is an Anubhuda Yoga, means someone has given, but this Murvana has the reference in Agastya Marma Shastra. It came from this Agastya Marma Shastra. Such type of different Murvanas are there in this science. Such types of different oils, medications are there. So we can incorporate all these things. So it is not that we have to study all the science in a depth manner, But this is the prime factor, that we have a mind and it should be a helping mind to all the peoples. Then anyone can study this science and can practice.
You mean to say that spirituality and this particular medical science are very much interrelated? Mental discipline and desire for well-being of all are the basic prerequisites.